Hey guys, welcome to the new video of Mule Online Learning. We will be continuing to our effort to understand the Dataweave functions in this video as well. We will be covering some of the very crucial and heavily used functions in this particular video. I am talking about reduce, flatten, and pluck operation, and to be specific. So let's first go to the official documentation and then we'll pick up some of the use cases. So this is for the reduce. Reduce is much similar to the traditional for loop. So I hope we have elementary knowledge about the for loop. It remains same more or less in all the core coding languages. It's something like for I equal to 0, we are starting the index. One second. So it's like uh, first of all we initiate the index and then we specify the condition, something like this, and then we increment the counter, so something like this, and after that we follow a particular set of actions. So similarly it is being followed in reduce. So let's quickly go through uh, the theory behind it. So it applies reduction expression to the element in array. It is being used as an array, and after that an item and accumulated value is being passed on, and the result set is again an array. So for each element of the input array, reduce applies the reduction of lambda function or expression, then replaces the accumulator with a new result. Okay, so it can use both current input array element and the current accumulator value. If array is empty, no default value and null value is returned. Okay, so item will be the, it provides the value to reduce. It can also be referenced by $sign, and for accumulator it will be referenced as $. Okay, so just as I mentioned, I equal to 0, so we are initiating ACC as the accumulator as the some initial value, and then we will be increasing it accordingly. So uh, so if the accumulator is set to uh, in this format, then the result set is in the object. If it is an array, then the result set, if we are specifying a blank array, then the result set will be in the array format. Similarly, if it is a string empty, then it will be the empty string. So let's uh, go back to the our AnyPoint Studio and try to understand some of the use cases. So just to save the time, I have um, already created some of the samples. So our main emphasis is to understand the functionality of reduce, flatten, and pluck. So we will be first starting from reduce. Okay. So let's first understand some basics. Then we will go to a particular use case. So I have defined some mynum and my empty list. So mynum variable is having 1, 2, 3, 4 as element in an array, and empty list is a blank array. So when I am doing a sum, I am using mynums, that is this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and after that I'm trying to add all these values within within uh, within this particular sum element. Okay, so how does it go? Dollar it will pick up the first one. 1 plus 2, that is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 4, that is 10, so sum is coming up as 10. Now if we go for the concat the numbers, the only change will be here we'll be using double plus. So what it will do, it will keep appending the 1, 2, 3, 4 back to each other. Okay, so it will be as you can see, the concat number is coming as 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, if there is an empty list, then since it is empty, the result set will be empty, that is null. Now concatenating the letters A, B, C, D and starting with Z. So it will first put Z, after that it will put A, B, C, D in the end of it. Okay. Sum of arrays initializing with 3. So 3, then okay, let's go this way. Each element it will be added. So 3 plus for every element level it will be added, right? So 3 plus 4 it will be 7, 7 plus 7 plus 5, 7 plus 5, 12. One second. 5 plus 4, 9, 9, 9 plus 3, 12, 12 plus 2, 14, 14 plus 1, 15, and for the 0th position it is appending 3, so it is coming up as 18. Fair and simple. Now similarly we will go for accumulating the multiplication of the numbers, that is 2 multiplied by 3, 6, 6 multiplied by 3, that is 18. Now multiply, we will be initiating the accumulator with 3 and then we will start on multiplying the things. Okay, so 3 multiplied by 2, that is 6, 6 multiplied by 2, 12, 12 multiplied by 3, that is 36. So this is the thing. So having said that, I will take a use case now. Like as you can see, this is referring retail orders.json, which is application JSON type of file. So let's quickly see this file. I will take this out. I will paste it somewhere here only. So I will explain the structure, then we will go to the use case. So detail order is the main parent element. Inside that it is containing an array of 2 orders. This is the first one. This is the first one, and similarly this is the second one till here. After that, it is closing this in this particular array closing bracket, and after that this is the flower curly braces closing. Okay, so it is having order id, it is having customer details, again an object is there. Similarly it is having order details, it is having an item list which is having an array inside it. There are two objects which is having TV as quantity 1 and its rate, and similarly the router quantity 2, but each router cost is 1300. Similarly, it is being repeated for the second instance, second order, with order ID and customer details and order details, all the things. So we are going to play around this particular thing. I will go to the demo once again. I will open up the preview as well in parallel so that it will be easy to understand. So I want this, my structure should be starting with invoice, and after that I will be repeating this on the basis of retail orders by putting map value index. In order to understand what is the functionality of map value, I will request you to go to my previous Dataweave based videos to have a better understanding. But what it does internally, it repeats the this particular functionality for all elements coming up inside retail order. Okay, so after setting this particular value index, then we are putting the order id. Order id is value dot order id coming from our this one. So dot order id. So abcd 1 2 3. I will be taking the example of the first order list, and similarly the second example will follow. After that, I am appending the name along with some space. So value customer details dot first name plus appending a space and then the last name as a string. So customer details, first name, last name. Similarly, the item purchased, since item purchased is being again repeated inside order details on the number of item list element present, order list, item list, because it is having multiple orders inside it. So there is a map again being placed so that we can have the item name, quantity, and the amount. It is going fairly simple as of now, right? Now let's try to complicate a bit. Amount. So router, as you know, 1300 was the rate of one router. So for two, it will be 2600. Fair and simple. For one, same rate, same amount because it's one. Now total items. So I will be repeating on the quantity element, that is on this element, and we'll be calculating the number of total item being purchased. That is 1 plus 2, that is 3, by using reduce dollar and then appending the values in it. So how it will look like, as total element is 3, and similarly I will be using reduce function with accumulated net equal to 0, and then appending the value from net plus every rate will be multiplied by the number of quantity, that is 0 plus 1 into 1000. Then for the second instance, 0 plus 2 multiplied by 1300. So that is 2600 plus 1000, that is 3600. Similarly, it is being followed for the second instance, but here we have the quantity as 3 and each one is of 2000. So 2 multiplied by 2000 multiplied by 3 quantity is 6000. So in this way, it has been calculated. Fair and simple, right? Let's quickly go to the, I hope this has been clear to you, and let's go to the next flatten function. What it does is, let me go to the official documentation. So it flattens only the first level of subarrays in it and omits the empty arrays. Okay, just to take an example, and we are having array 1, 2, 3, and then we are combining it into a particular array of arrays, and we are trying to print it out. Okay, so it will remove all these individual and will print only a single array having 1 to 9 as the input element. Similarly, for where my data, we are having a user. After that, when we are starting an array, inside that we are having one more object, and inside that we are having group plus my array, which is an internal level of object, again array of object. So when I am doing a flatten on my array level, that is on this level, then only this particular set will picked up only the first level. It will not go into the internal level of it. Now take an example from playRecord.json. Playrecord.json. So I will go over here. I will take this out. So it is having two instances of player. It is getting repeated. Performance and contact details are the two object within an object. So what I have done in the example, I'm flattening it on the basis of contact detail level. Okay. So contact detail, it will print only something like this. So let's quickly check. Yeah. So it is only printing like this, but it will be repeating on the contact detail occurrence. So which is coming as two times contact details for the first one and for the second one. And here you can see the things. So this was about the flatten. Let's go to the pluck. Pluck is mainly about taking out the key values or taking out the field values, that is the key values out of it. I will be taking two examples over here. So starting from this one, Pluck sample. Okay, so mm, just to give you an idea about it, let's go to the official documentation. 1 second. Here we go. So Pluck. Pluck is useful for mapping an object into an array. It iterates over an object and returns an array of keys, values, or indices from the object. It is similar to a map object, which is similar but returns an object instead of an array. So object is to map, and the mapper with a key value or index, which is optional, and it is being specified into an array. So this is the particular format. We will quickly go into the example now. So what we are doing over here is this is we are assigning A on B, and C key is having a value of D. We are plucking the values key and index. Within the index 0th level, what we are printing value is being assigned to key. Okay, the value here is B and the key will be A. So here you can see, right, the positions are interchanged. Similarly, it will go to the second instance, that is index will get from 0 it will turn to 1, and D and C will be interchanged because I am printing the value as a key and key as a value, just to interchange the values. Okay, so this was about it. Now the result. So this is reading this read XML value, which is basically the reads.xml. So I will quickly open the reads.xml. Fairly simple. It is having three XML elements like standard, premium, and VIP with some number values in it. Okay, so go to the preview. 1 second. So in the first one, we will be picking up the keys using pluck $. So we have standard, premium, and VIP, and after that dollar for the value. The value is being picked up, and triple is for the indices. So 0, 1, and 2 are the three occurrence because we are having these 1, 2, and 3, right? So 0, 1, and 2 positions. So this was about the result set. Okay, now we will go to the final one, that is player records. So it is referring this particular JSON. So if you notice, it is having performance. We are having a player inside that player level details, then a performance object, then a contact details, and it is getting repeated for the second player as well. Okay. Within contact details, we have mobile and home and centuries. So all these elements are available within the object. Okay. Now we will see like uh, how we are maintaining the player records. So we were referring this player record element, right? So I will be repeating this player records on the instances of player on using map lambda function. We will be placing this value and index. The value will be named as player. So for every name, player.player name, let me quickly open this thing. So coming back to here, 1 second, guys. Let me set this properly so that I can see the Dataweave function which we are following. Okay, now this is better. Okay, So now this is getting repeated for every player level. In the first instance, we will be putting the name of the player. Okay, so let's go to this one, and this is the player name, player dot player name. After the performance values, we will be picking up. First of all, we will be picking up the value, and after that the key set of it. So we will be going towards the player, and the performance will be picking up the values out of it. The basically the uh, uh, what are the values being assigned to the performance specific. Like we are having centuries, best bowling, and net run rate, right? So basically, we will be cutting out these particular values out of it, and we'll try to display. So if you refer this one, this is being copied because of this pluck dollar, and if you are putting dollar, it will pick up the name of the uh, name of the keys, that is centuries, best bowling, and net run rate. Similarly, what you can do, uh, one second, you can also see this contact details type. So when I say type, uh, you have referred this pluck keys as a function. So pluck key function, we need to go over here. There is a function which I have defined, pluck keys, which is taking an as a parameter of an object which will be passing will be player dot contact details. Basically, this particular object will be passing as an input to this function, and what it will do, it will pluck the keys out of it. Okay, so when we say keys, it will be mobile and home. So here you can see this is coming up as mobile and home. Similarly, I have created one more function, pluck values out of it. So nothing but it will be taking object as a parameter, and it will pick up the value out of it. So this is just to show the function fun, like how it can be used along with the normal placing the function with the inline as well. So this is just to showcase that. Similarly, if you can see for the contact detail values, let me go over here. So you can see these values are being picked up from mobile and home for the first instance of Virat Kohli, correct? So these two values are being picked up. Okay. Now we'll go for the mobile number. What if I want to pick up only the mobile number out of it? There should be a way, right? So what I will do, I will use this particular function and the index of where exactly this is available. Okay, so I will be picking up the value out of it, but this is referring this particular array. So I need to define the array position as well, like which position it need to pick up. Okay, so it will be picking up the value. One second, guys. I'm just trying to figure out something. So within this index, I have mentioned the home as one of the key field, and you can see it is picking up the home value out of it. Okay, what it does basically, if I remove this to explain it, so basically it will return the index at which index this value will be available, -1 and the -1. But if I place this index along with the value of this, then what it will do, it will pick up the value out of it and it will print it. Okay, because I have mentioned home, so it is printing this particular value. So with this, I have tried to um, cover different functionality with respect to reduce, flatten, and plug. Try to explain how we can use um, these functions in different use cases along with the user declared functions, how to use them in Dataweave. Uh, I hope you like this particular video, and I will come back with some more interesting videos of for Dataweave gradually. And that's it from my side. And thanks for joining. Have a great day.